everybody. Great to see some of you here. Hey, everybody at home. It's going to be a really special night of explorations in Jewish music, Broadway edition. We have Adam Ben David, spectacular pianist, accompanist, music director. I call him a musical beast in the best sense of the word. But before we get going with our evening, we're going to do Havdalah. We'll say goodbye to Shabbat. Okay. הנה אל ישועתי אפתח ולא אפחד, כי עזי בזמרתי אדוני ויהי לי אל ישועה. ושאפתם מים בששון ממעייני הישועה. לאדוני הישועה לעמך מרחתך סלע. אדוני צבאות עמנו משגב לנו אלוהי יעקב סלע. אדוני צבאות אשרי אדם בוטח בך. אדוני הושיע מלך ימינו ויום קרב. ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ויקר. ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ויקר. הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ויקר. ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ויקר. כן תהיה לנו כוס ישועות תישא ובשם אדוני אקרא. לה 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 יה לה 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 ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן בורא פרי הגפן בורא פרי הגפן יא לה לה ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא מיני ושמים בורא מיני ושמים בורא מיני ושמים יא לה לה יא לה ברוך אתה, אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המבדיל בין קודש לחול, בין אור לחושך, בין ישראל לעמים, בין יום השביעי ששת ימי המעשה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המבדיל בין קודש לחול. אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו, אליהו, אליהו הגלעדי, במהרה בימינו יבוא אלינו עם משיח בן דוד, עם משיח בן דוד. אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו, אליהו, אליהו הגלעדי. שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. Shavua Tov, good vach, a good week ahead. Get ready for a really spectacular evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Ben David.
Retired at age 30, set for life. I met a man and didn't know which stars to thank, and then he asked one day if I would be his wife. And I looked up and all I could think of was the life I had dreamed I'll give you cars and a townhouse in Turtle Bay and a fur and a diamond ring. And we'll get married in Spain on my yacht today, and we'll honeymoon in Beijing. And you'll meet stars at the parties I throw at my villas in Nice and Paris in June. And I thought, okay. And I took a breath, and I got my yacht. And the years went by, and it never changed, and it never grew, and I never dreamed. And I woke one day, and I looked around, and I thought, my God, I'll never have the moon.
Thank you. That was, take another bow. One more bow. That was beautiful. That was really beautiful. That song was called Stars and the Moon, and it was performed by amazingly talented artist known as Mumu, who is my dearest friend and musical colleague for many years. And herself, she's a Broadway actor and currently tearing up the charts as a pop star, pop singer, and pop writer. And I'm so glad she's able to come out here today. Jason Robert Brown's music has so much to say, and the harmonies, the lyrics are so rich that I really hope you fall in love with his music if you are not familiar with it tonight. That song was from the musical review that Jason Robert Brown wrote early in his career called Songs for a New World. He's about my age, he's a little bit older. He's from, I think, White Plains, and he's an amazing piano player, and he wrote these songs as a way of announcing his take on the world. And so this review has become one of the most, actually I read online, during the pandemic, it was the most performed theater, internet theater piece in the world. So Songs for a New World has really captured the imagination of my generation when I was younger. And since then, he's gone on to have a lot of success as a composer of real serious theatrical pieces. First off, it's an honor to be here at Kol Ami. It's an honor actually to be in front of a live audience for really almost the first time in a year and a half, and very exciting. You are a mighty crowd. You might as well be 10,000 people as far as I'm concerned. It feels that way. I'm very nervous. And this is more nerve-wracking than conducting a Broadway show, I would say, for me. And for those of you online, that's very exciting if you're watching as well. I grew up right down the street in New Rochelle, and my family, my mother, Batya, is here tonight. We have a long history with temples in the Westchester area. My dad was the cantor at Scarsdale Synagogue for over 20 years, Cantor Ben David. He passed away, unfortunately, 6 years ago. My sister Shira Ben David was a cantor both in New York City and in North Salem before moving to Chicago with her family to be the cantor at Kol Ami in Chicago. So there's lots of, symbiosis. And I have known the Mendelssohn family since I was a toddler, almost, I'd say. Is that right? I was about maybe that age. What year did you meet my parents? Do you remember, Freddie, or do you guys know? So when my dad started Hebrew Union College was when he got to know Jackie. Yeah. And so we have this wonderful connection between the two families. And I've known Danny since he was literally a toddler, because I'm about 10 years older than him. So I held him as a toddler, I'm sure. Anyway, it's especially meaningful to get to share this Havdalah service and present this composer who is very near to my heart. Jason's work has really entered the lexicon of Broadway in a profound and meaningful way. And whether or not he intended to, his Judaism has played a really big role in his themes that he has explored and also his style of writing. So we have some guest artists who are going to appear virtually. Originally, we were going to have to do this virtually, and so we have some artists from New York City who are going to perform tonight. And I'm going to try to accompany them live, but we'll see how that goes. I'll kind of mix it up. It's going to be a hybrid. I'd like to introduce now this next song, Shiksa from the musical The Last 5 Years. This song, it does for the kids out there, we're going to try to do a beep. It does have one little curse word in it, so we're going to try to, I think the Cantor is going to try to do a little beep. Yep. So for kids out there, you don't have to worry. And this song is going to be sung by the Tony-nominated actor Jared Spector, who was the lead in Jersey Boys and Beautiful, and he played Sonny Bono in the Cher musical. He's one of my oldest, best friends. And this song tells the story of an upcoming Jewish young writer who falls madly in love with a decidedly not Jewish woman. And can you all see the video over there? Can everybody see that? All right.
I'm breaking my mother's heart. The longer I stand looking at you, the more I hear it splinter and crack from 90 miles away. I'm breaking my mother's heart. The JCC of Spring Valley is shaking and crumbling to the ground, and my grandfather's rolling in his grave. If you had a tattoo, that wouldn't matter. If you had a shaved head, that'd be cool. If you came from Spain or Japan or the back of the van, just as long as you're not from Hebrew school, I'd say now I'm getting somewhere. I'm finally breaking through. I'd say, hey, hey, Shiksa goddess, I've been waiting for someone like you. I've been waiting through Danica Schwartz and Erica Weiss and the Handelman twins. I've been waiting through Heather Greenblatt, Annie Minkus, Karen Pincus, and Lisa Katz, and Stacey Rosen, Ellen Kaplan, Julie Silber, and Janie Stein. I've had Shabbos dinners on Friday nights with every Shapiro in Washington Heights, but the minute I first met you, I could barely catch my breath. I've been standing for days with the phone in my hand like an idiot scared to death. I've been wandering through the desert. I've been beaten, I've been hit. My people have suffered for thousands of years and I don't give a shit. If you had a pierced tongue, that wouldn't matter. If you once were in jail or if you once were a man. If your mother and your brother had relations with each other and your father was connected to the Gotti clan, I'd say, well, you know, nobody's perfect. It's tragic, but it's true. I'd say, hey, hey, Shiksa goddess, I've been waiting for someone like you, breaking the circle, you taking the light. You are the story I should write. I have to write. If you drove an RV, that wouldn't matter. If you like to drink blood, yeah, I think it's cute. If you've got a powerful connection to your firearm collection, I say, draw a bead and shoot. I'm your Hebrew slave at your service. Just tell me what to do. I say, hey, 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 I've been waiting for someone. I've been praying for someone. I think that I could be in love with someone
Wow. Thank you, Jared. That was kind of like when I remember Natalie Cole sang with Nat King Cole. It feels we were kind of doing a duet, like a Barbra Streisand duet album. You remember those? I think it sounded pretty good out there, though. Did it feel real to you? Okay, good. I can't tell. With the masks on, I can't see your smiling faces, so I'm going to have to get used to that when I go back to my show. I conduct a musical called Book of Mormon on Broadway, and I was just thinking as I was doing this, we're so used to seeing people's smiling faces, we're just going to think that everybody hates the show every night because we can't really see people smiling. So I'm glad to hear it's working. I met Jason in 1996 while I was unemployed suddenly. I had conducted a musical called Once Upon a Mattress, which was, unfortunately, it was before Sarah Jessica Parker did Sex and the City, so no one came to see the show. And I was very depressed, and I thought maybe I'll give up on Broadway, you know. And this amazing conductor, Eric Stern, introduced me. He said, "You've got to meet one of the greatest composers around, and he's looking for an assistant. He's writing a show about a Jewish person, and it was called Parade." And I met him he was living on the Upper West Side, and he sat down and began playing this score for me. Now, very briefly, has anyone seen Parade, or is anybody aware of the show Parade? Okay, good. My mom. That's great. Well, great, because I want to introduce you to perhaps one of the best scores, no kidding, and people always say this, the best scores of the last 25 years, for certain. So Leo Frank was a Jewish superintendent of a factory in Atlanta, Georgia in the 1915s or so, 1913. He had moved down to Atlanta, Georgia to be with his wife, Lucille, who was a Southern Jew. Yes, they existed, and there are still Jews down there, and actually a very vibrant Jewish community, but they were Southern Jews, so they were very different than the Northern Jews, okay? Especially around that time, the 1913s, 1915 era. Anyway, unfortunately, a young girl who worked in the factory was killed. This is a true story. And in great part due to the otherness of Leo Frank. He was odd to everybody. He was, he was Semitic in his actions, while the Jews down in Atlanta, Georgia had assimilated quite a bit and were Southern, were a part of that culture. And Leo was, without any evidence, convicted of killing this young girl, almost solely based on his otherness, his differentness, his oddness, okay? So I had a chance to hear this score in Jason's apartment before anybody else did. He was in the midst of writing it, and I thought, this is a composer that speaks to me. And the first song I'd like to do from that is another song. Jared is going to do, our next two songs will be also on video. And Jared is going to do the opening song that Leo Frank sings called How Can I Call This Home? And in it, he talks about the shock of entering a new city with people who don't look, sound, or act like himself. And I thought, boy, if this is not a good song that many, many Jewish people throughout history can relate to, I don't know what it is. After that, Jared and Kelly. Kelly Barrett is Jared's wife. She's also an incredible Broadway actress and Broadway star. She was just she was just one of the leads in the last Fosse Vernon shows that was on FX. She played Liza Minnelli. She is amazing. She is going to be, and he are going to be singing the love duet called All the Wasted Time. And in it, Leo, due to some fantastic legal work, was actually pardoned by the governor of Atlanta, Georgia. It became a real cause célèbre, and he was pardoned. And so this takes place the night before he is supposed to be released, and they are in the jail cell together, and they are finally connecting for the first time, and really as a true couple. So take it away. This is How Can I Call This Home, Jared Spector.
I go to bed at night, hoping when I wake, this will
Let's stop for a second. I think it got hit twice. Oh, let's start up again. I think you hit it twice, maybe. This is great. I like when things. Here we go.
I go to bed at night, hoping when I wake, this.
Yep, that's okay. Okay, we want to try, what's that? Do you want to, let's load up the next one. Let's try the next one. Here we go. This is All the Wasted Time.
I will never understand what I did to deserve you, or how to be the man that I'm supposed to be. I will never understand if I live 1,000 lifetimes why you did the things you did for me. Just look at you. How could I not be in love with you? What kind of fool could have taken you for granted for so long? All the wasted time, all the million hours pushing you away, building up my walls, all the days gone by, to glare, to pout, to push you out, and I never knew anything at all. I never knew anything at all.
I will never understand how all the world misjudged you, when I have always known how lucky I must be. I will never understand how I kept from going crazy, just waiting there till you came home to me. Now look at me, now that you're finally here with me, now that I know I was right to wait, and everyone else was so wrong for so long. All the wasted time,
All the wasted
all the million hours, years on top of years, still too proud to crawl. All the days gone by, to feel that I don't satisfy, and I never knew anything at all. I never knew anything at all.
All the wasted time,
The wasted
all the million hours, leaves too high to touch, roots too strong to fall. All the days gone by, to never show I love you so, and I never knew anything at all. I never knew anything at all.
And unfortunately, Leo Frank was never released from prison. He was actually lynched the next day by an angry mob. And Jason wrote the most beautiful Shema based on one of the themes from the show. And Leo in the play sings this before his hanging, and he sings, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto Leolam Vaed. And then this music, this kind of haunting refrain comes in. And then you see the tree where he was hanged is bloomed. And I believe that they actually know the area where he was actually lynched. But I think the music, if you can shake your head if you agree that song is just ravishing. It's really a beautiful, beautiful melody. Yes, well, Jordan is definitely enjoying it. He's rocking out. All right, well, I would love to introduce again the amazing Mumu to sing another song from Songs for New World. And I definitely recommend, this is good, you didn't get to hear How Can I Call This Home, so you can go home and listen on Spotify to it, and you can put the whole soundtrack on and cry, because I always cry every time I hear it. And I will just share one story. Jason, we were in sort of workshopping a musical. So when you're writing a musical, you get into the theater, and it's very stressful and very anxiety-provoking. And Hal Prince, who just passed away, the great Hal Prince, who directed a gazillion things, Showboat and Phantom of the Opera and Parade. He was the director. So, I mean, he was a legend. Follies, I mean, just the top director in Broadway. And so I got to sort of be a fly on the wall for these rehearsal processes. And every time Brent Carver, Carolee Camello, who the original leads, would sing All the Wasted Time, I would just sit there, sobbing. Jason, who, in fact, everybody would be sobbing. Jason, who is a phenomenal piano player, and really he plays his stuff the best. And if you can tell, it's quite intricate and robust. It's a piano player's dream. One day we were in rehearsal, and I would often play rehearsal piano for various dance, whatever. And we were doing a run through. Jason, and God, if he's watching this, you're the best. He digs in like a rock star. He digs in like, it's like Billy Joel at the piano. He can play. He plays his stuff with more gusto than anybody I know. But in a rehearsal room, that can sometimes overpower the room, right? And of course, he's really getting into it. So we were doing that song, and I think that Hal thought that I was playing piano. He came running over, and he was like, "Who's playing that so loudly?" And I stepped away from the piano. I was like, "Not me, not me." And he saw Jason playing, and he went, "Okay," and he walked away, because you really can't say anything when the composer's playing his music at the piano, right? So anyway, someday I hope to be, I'm writing a show right now as well, I hope someday to be at the piano and be able to do whatever I want when I'm at the piano, and no one can yell at me, so that's my dream. Anyway, Mumu, we're gonna do a song from, another one, Songs from New World, and this is kind of a self-explanatory song, and you just sing it so beautifully. It's called, I'm Not Afraid of Anything.
Of anything. Jenny's afraid of water. I mean, she swims so well, but still, she's afraid of water. So she won't go near the sea. Not me. Katie's afraid of darkness. I mean, she sleeps and all, but still, she's afraid of darkness. So when the lights go out, she has to hold my hand. I don't understand. I'm not afraid of anything, be it mountains, water, dragons, dark or sky. I'm not afraid of anything. Tell me, where's the challenge if you never try? So watch me fly. I'm not afraid. Daddy's afraid of babies. I mean, he got through me, but now he's afraid of babies. Guess he's scared of what they'll be. Not me. Mama's afraid of crying. You know, she tries to hold it in. She's afraid of crying. She can look at you with tears stuck in her eyes, and I don't know why. I'm not afraid of anything, be it growing old or going out of style. I'm not afraid of anything, who would give up what they want without a trial. Another mile, I'm not afraid. And I hear the calling of adventure, and I hear the stirring in my ears. The lights are glaring, trumpets blaring, I'm right here. And I feel the calling of tomorrow, and I hear the pounding in my bones. And David loves me, he's afraid to hold me. Listen to the calling of excitement. Can you feel the pounding in my heart? The lights are ready, pulse is steady, I can start. Never stop the calling of a challenge, blessing on the water and the stone. And David loves me, he's afraid to tell me. David loves me, he's afraid to trust me. He's afraid to hold me, and he'll always be. He's afraid of me, but I'm not afraid of anyone. Not a soul alive who can get behind this wall. I'm not afraid of anyone. There's not a soul alive who can get behind this wall. So let them come and watch them fall. 'Cause after all, I'm not afraid.
Brava, brava. Thank you. And you've got to hear Mumu's music. You can find her on Spotify, MUMU. Her stuff is amazing. Today is Juneteenth, and a new federal holiday celebrating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. It's fitting then to have the honor to perform this next song that Jason wrote called Music of Heaven. And it's from Jason's solo album, Wearing Someone Else's Shoes. Jewish songwriters have had a long history of assimilating the rich musical heritage of African Americans in this country, especially gospel and jazz. And Jason follows in that tradition. I believe it's very important, though, to acknowledge the debt that so many Jewish artists owe, especially to many African American musicians who spent most of their lives toiling away in relative obscurity. There is a huge history of that, but we can pay homage to it and do our best to appropriate it in the best and classiest of ways. And I think that Jason does do that, for sure. And I'd like to just introduce.
I come with my armor in place, emotions in check, and thinking I'm smarter or just more realistic. I sit with my frozen smile, all the while reluctant to trust what I'm told. Cynical, cold, challenging music of heaven to open a crack in my chest and let something glorious in music of heaven should puncture me suddenly. Blessed, 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 let the music begin. Let the music begin. They sing and they cry and I watch, lean back in my chair, the classic New Yorker, alone among millions, indifference upon my face, out of place, but longing to feel what you feel, like it was real, like there could be music of heaven to open some path to your soul, and let something glorious in music of heaven allows you to give up control. Yes, yes, let the music begin. Let the music begin. And I sit there with dry eyes and cold hands, judging and standing apart. Dry eyes and cold hands, waiting and wondering, when will it open my heart? When will it open my heart? When will it open my heart?
Holy, holy,
I hear you singing.
Holy Father.
I hear you singing.
Holy Father.
I wanna say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
I wanna sing.
Holy,
Holy Father. I wanna sing. Holy Father. I wanna sing. Holy Father. Holy Father. Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
I need to
Yes.
sing. Holy Father. I need to cry.
Holy Father.
I need
Holy
to believe.
Father. Holy
And I want to
Father.
say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
I will say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes. I want to say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes. I want to say yes. 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 Let the music begin. Let the music begin. Let the music begin. Let the music begin.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Adam Ben
Bravo.
David.
That was my synagogue singing debut, for sure. First time, I think it's first time singing on a mic in Temple, so that might be it, actually, I think so. And getting to sing back up for you is a dream come true, so. We have some other special guests who are here tonight who I said have to come up and perform. The Mendelssohns are coming up. Rita and Jackie are coming up. I think you all know who these amazing people are. I remember as a young child watching them sing in concert, perhaps here or one of the other temples, and so it's a dream come true to get to accompany you tonight.
By the way, and likewise for us, I actually met your mother when your sister Shira was in a little bassinet, and we shared a dressing room in Cincinnati at the opera. So
Yes,
that
they
was
did.
a long time ago, remember?
I love all the cross. This is great. I guess you could say our families were kind of like the Monkees meets the Partridge of Westchester, the Jewish Westchester scene, maybe kind
There
of.
you go.
Okay.
We're the monkeys.
All right.
Days can be sunny with never a sigh. Don't need what money can buy.
Birds in the tree sing their day full of song. Why shouldn't we sing along?
I'm chipper all the day, happy with my lot.
How do I get that way? Look at what I've got.
I've got rhythm, I got music, I got my man who could ask for anything more.
I got daisies in green pastures. I got my gal who could ask for anything more.
Old man Trouble, I don't mind him. You won't find him round my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams. I got my man who could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more? I got rhythm, I got music. I got my man who could ask for anything more.
I got daisies in green pastures. I got my gal who could ask for anything more.
Oh, man, trouble, I don't mind him. You won't find him hanging around my front or back door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams. I got my man who could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more? Who could ask for anything more? Woo!
Bravi, bravi, bravissimo. Wow. So we have one more song, and I want to invite up Cantor. Thank you. Do you want to introduce this one? 'Cause I think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like music of heaven inverted. This is really a gospel song. I thought it was a country song for a while, but it's really a gospel song. It's a gospel song written by a gentleman named Jaron Lowenstein. He grew up an Orthodox Jew, and all I can really say is it is the ultimate of the ultimate bad breakup song, like Beyond. I'm just giving you the disclaimer. Here's Pray for You. Pray for you. I haven't been to synagogue since I don't remember when. Things were going great till they fell apart again. So I listened to the rabbi as he told me what to do. He said, you can't go hating others who have done wrong to you. Sometimes we get angry, but we must not condemn. Let the good Lord do his job, and you just pray for them. I pray your brakes go out running down a hill. I pray a flower pot falls from a windowsill and knocks you in the head like I'd like to. I pray your birthday comes and nobody calls. Pray you're flying high when your engine stalls. I pray all your dreams, oh, they never come true. Just know wherever you are, honey, I pray for you. I'm really glad I found my way to shul, 'cause I'm already feeling better, and I thank God for being so cool. I'm gonna take the high road, do what that rabbi told me to do. You keep messing up, and I'll keep praying for you. I pray your tire blows out at 110. I pray you pass out drunk with your best friend and wake up with his and her tattoos. I pray your birthday comes and nobody calls. I pray you're flying high when your engine stalls. I pray all your dreams, oh, they never come true. Just know wherever you are, near or far, in your house or in your car, wherever you are, honey, I pray for you. I pray for you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cantor.
Adam Ben David, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, my friend. Music of Jason Robert Brown. Deep Jewish influences. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you for being with us. I want to thank Jarrett Spector. I want to thank Kelly Barrett for their wonderful pre-taped virtual performances. I want to thank the magnificent Moo Moo. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Good Vach, good week. Adam, thanks, man.
Wow. I actually I didn't have a song, but let's see. How about let's see. I could do a Jewish tune. Oh, I have a good one. This is a good one. This is a song. This is an arrangement that I actually do with. I'm actually going to sing a song just because I'm up here, right? Okay. This is an arrangement of a Richard Rodgers song and a song by Stephen Sondheim called "Carefully Taught." You've got to be carefully taught, mixed with "Children Will Listen." And I think it's one of my favorite songs, and I've never sung it before, but I'll just sing it simply. Usually I'm doing this with Mandy Patinkin, and he's singing it, and so I can't even begin to try to do that. But I'll just sing a little bit of it, and the lyrics are so good, and it's such a great arrangement. So. You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. You've got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. Careful the things you say, children will listen. Careful the things you do, children will see and learn. Children may not obey, but children will listen. Children will look to you for which way to run, to learn what to do. Careful the things you say, listen to me. Children will listen. How do you say to your children at night, nothing is black and nothing is white? How do you say it will all be all right when you know that it might not be true? What do you do? Careful the wish you make, children will listen. Careful the path you take, wishes come true, not free. Careful the spell you cast, not just children. Sometimes the spell may last, but what you can see and what and turn against you. Careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. Children will listen. Thank you.